Hi, the SI meteorologist Paul Dorian here on Friday, July 12th. Well, an interesting weather pattern developed overnight, a wide area of rainfall, some of which is falling heavily at times. In fact, portions of the Delmarva Peninsula have been inundated with up to 4 inches of rain being reported over the last few hours. Kent Island, Maryland, on the eastern shore in Maryland has reported nearly 4 inches of rain as of early this morning. A combination of factors has produced this wide area of moisture. We've been talking all week about a cool frontal system that will stall out as it reaches the East Coast. Indeed, that has happened. That's a contributing factor, along with an upper level trough at about the 500 millibar level, and way up in the upper part of the atmosphere, a strong jet streak is playing a role as well. Those three factors, a stalled out surface front, a strong upper level trough, as well as a strong upper level jet streak, contributing to this wide area of moisture. And some of the rain will fall heavily over the next several hours from D.C. across the Delmarva Peninsula into the southeastern part of Pennsylvania. Here's the very latest radar loop from the Penn State EWOL site. And here's that area of moisture slowly rotating to the north and east. Notice right here over the Delmarva Peninsula region, just some heavy rainfall, and again, 4 inches plus being reported as of the last several hours, and that heavy rainfall has prompted some flash flood warnings and watches from the D.C. metro region all the way up in the southeastern part of Pennsylvania. It's having a little bit of trouble advancing north and east on the New Jersey side of the Delaware River, and we'll show a high-resolution model that continues that trend over the next several hours. However, from the Delaware River, which is outlined right here, and west, basically on the Pennsylvania side of the Delaware River, it looks like that rain will advance to the north and east, certainly throughout the Philadelphia metro region over the next several hours, and some of the rain will be heavy indeed. Well, factor number one for this wide area of rainfall that developed overnight in the mid-Atlantic region is this stalled out frontal system. It has run into an atmospheric roadblock, namely that strong Bermuda high that is sitting right off the East Coast. The flow in the upper part of the atmosphere is kind of weak in this part of the country, maybe a little bit out of the southwest, running parallel to this frontal system, so it will sit around for the next 24 hours, eventually just dissipate rather than sweeping through the region. It'll stall out, and it has stalled out, and will just slowly dissipate over the next 24 hours. But notice also a couple of surface low pressure systems here, a couple of different waves enhancing the shower and thunderstorm pattern here in the mid-Atlantic region. So that's factor number one. Let's now jump ahead to the next couple of factors. Well, here's the current 500 millibar map way up in the middle and upper part of the atmosphere. Once again, we have an upper level trough. This has been a repeated pattern over the last couple of months here in the mid-Atlantic region, and earlier than that it was focused on the Central Plains, causing these periods of rain. We've had a very wet spring and early part of the summer here. June, of course, was very wet in much of the mid-Atlantic region. Once again, a strong upper level trough contributing to this area of showers and thunderstorms, and again, some of the rain is falling heavily. Out over the Central Plains and the Southern Rockies, strong upper level ridge, very hot weather continues in that part of the country. Meanwhile, even higher up in the atmosphere, way up at the 250 millibar level, we have a strong jet streak here that extends from the mid-Atlantic region all the way up through New England. This often contributes, as does the upper level trough at 500 millibars, to upward motion in parts of the mid-Atlantic region. Right now we have some upward motion in this part of the mid-Atlantic region on the eastern side of the upper level jet streak. So again, we have the three different factors of stalled out surface frontal system, strong upper level trough at about the 500 millibar level, and a strong jet streak way up at the top of the atmosphere, all contributing to upward motion here in the mid-Atlantic region. Well, one model that has actually captured this particular pattern that developed overnight in the mid-Atlantic region with the heavy rainfall is called the High Resolution Rapid Refresh model, put out by NOAA. It's HRRR, and it's again a high resolution model that's updated hourly. What I'm showing here is the 1 hour total precipitation, in this case rainfall amounts. This is the forecast for 11 a.m. this morning, and just notice here that we want to point out what the trend in this model is. The rainfall kind of extends as of the latter part of the morning into the right. The northern extent is at the Pennsylvania-Maryland border. Let's now jump ahead 3 hours. And here it is, the 2 p.m. forecast. Now notice here, by this time, this high-resolution model is indeed putting out precipitation in southeastern Pennsylvania. Again, notice that the precipitation does not advance across the New Jersey side of the Delaware River, but it does advance to the north and east in southeastern Pennsylvania on the Pennsylvania side of the Delaware River. That trend continues. Let's now look ahead 3 hours later. And here's the forecast map for 5 p.m. later this afternoon. The rainfall on the Pennsylvania side of the Delaware all the way up into the Pocono Mountain region. But notice again, central and northern New Jersey for the most part, according to this model, stay out of the rainfall. But there certainly is an advance to the north and east on the Pennsylvania side of the Mason-Dixon line. So expect some heavy rainfall across the Philadelphia metropolitan region over the next several hours. Let's now look at some surface forecast maps. This is from last night's 0Z NAM model run. We'll look at 12-hour increments beginning with this evening. Lots of precipitation here put out by the NAM model. Kind of an inverted trough here right along the east coast. And that's the stalled out frontal system. Notice high pressure also playing an important role over the next couple of days over New England, and also still the Bermuda High sitting right there off the east coast, kind of a banana-shaped high pressure area to our north and east, all contributing to the rainy pattern that has set up over the last several hours in the Mid-Atlantic region. Well, let's now walk through the next couple of forecast maps. This is for tomorrow morning. Notice here high pressure continues to sit over New England as well as off the east coast. The NAM putting out a little bit of precipitation. Still that inverted trough or stalled out surface front. 12 hours later tomorrow evening, high pressure still sitting off the east coast, that Bermuda High. Notice less of a reflection of a high over New England as it's kind of consolidating off the east coast. Still some precipitation put out by the NAM model late in the day tomorrow. So certainly cannot rule out an afternoon or evening shower or thunderstorm on Saturday in the Mid-Atlantic region. Now by Sunday morning, this high starts to reestablish itself to the west. The Bermuda High kind of takes control again in the Mid-Atlantic region. It looks like we're setting up for a hot period on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday with high temperatures at or above 90 degrees up and down the I-95 corridor as the Bermuda High extends back inland towards the west the latter part of the weekend and the early part of next week. So it looks like a rainy day in much of the Mid-Atlantic region on Friday today, along with cool conditions way below normal for this time of the year, especially rainy conditions from the D.C., Delmarva Peninsula region up into southeastern part of Pennsylvania. Little bit of rain on Saturday, and little, if any, rain on Sunday as that Bermuda High reestablishes itself in a hot period, it looks like, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. That's it for now. For the SIWeather.com, I'm meteorologist